a champion in his own right, as he has won the State Badminton Championship several times in the past, and he was in Goa for his stint with Vasco Sports Club between 1967 and 1972, at a time when the famous ABCD, a combination of Andrew Bowler, dominated football, and could have even made it to the Olympics in long jump. That, however, was not to be. When Rosemary arrived in Goa, she picked up the racket and dominated badminton as never before. For her achievement, Indo-Sri Lanka Aquatic Championship, and a year later, he was an international gold medalist again. This time, winning top honors for the three-nation youth squad for the Asian Championship in Korea, but could not make the trip due to personal reasons. Vero, though eventually made it to the international level as manager of the Indian team at the World Championship in Malaysia. TT tournament for 6 years in a row, and the Kansari Shield 7 times in 9 years. Partnering Subhash Golwalkar, Subhash won gold at the All India Civil Services Table Tennis. Like many players of his age, Bento had no record of the goals he has scored, but is remembered to be one of the main goal-scoring machines of his team. Hailing from San Jose de Aria, Bento represented Goa that stood out from the rest was Michael Lisa. His approach to the game was flamboyant, making him quite an attraction, with fans thronging the stadium to see him in action. Michael did not disappoint as he rose to become Goa's badminton champion. He was coaching clubs of the state football teams. The giants of Kolkata football, Mohun Bagan and East Bengal, have both tasted defeats at the hands of Wallace's teams. During his time at Sporting Club the Goa as coach, the team famously defeated East Bengal in the Federation Club Vasas East at Kannada. Ladies and gentlemen, Oscar Bell. Decade-long stint. In the 1986 Rovers Cup final, David playing alongside Mahesh Kotikar in central defence completely shut out Mohun Bagan and helped them to course to a 2-0 win, hailing the coach. Until a few years ago, Avilan was active on the court as a player representing his village of Goan in inter-village tournaments. His coaching starts from the family, as 3 of his children are among the top school level, topping the age category in events like 100 meters, 200 meters, 5-kilometer run and shot put. From her international participation, the 2 silver medals she won in Sri Lanka for 100 meters and 200 meters in 218. Beyond basketball, Louis wears many hats, the most prominent being his role with the Special Olympics and Don Bosco Past Pupils Association. Ladies and gentlemen, Louis Fernandez, administrator who tried to bring in changes during his time with the Sports Association, remains quite significant. His stint as secretary of the Goa Volleyball Association is still fondly remembered, while he was also secretary of the Goa Football Association from 2018 mission to improve the standards of Goan hockey from the grassroots, even if it means spending his own money. Tommy conducts free coaching to the poor, buys hockey equipment for them. All this of ensuring that Goan served as co-opted member, executive member, joint secretary and vice president for 3 terms. Sripad was also deputy chef de mission for the Goa team at the National Games in Bangalore in 1984 and continues to carry on the GFA match winner duties even today. He was also appointed as match commissioner by the All India Football Federation. Ladies and gentlemen, Milagres Perez. He continues serving the Goa Football Association as a match commissioner. Gregory has also coached the football teams of Parulika College and his village club, Pilayan Sports Club. He has served in the managing committee of Pilayan Sports Club in various sports, including by the Union Ministry for Sports and Youth Affairs. deserves the Dronacharya Award for all that he has done, and he is almost coaching. Armando's coaching record in football has remained unmatched. Between 2005 and 2012, Armando won 5 National League titles with Dempo Sports Club, a record that has remained unbroken.
And you all, my lovely, great sports personalities present here today. I don't know where to start or where to end. But in short, in brief, I retired in 1985, and straight away, my good friend Alberto Colasso and Agnes Mascarenas called me to coach Southside Football Club. Well, that's it. I thank them from the bottom of my heart because it's there where they gave me the platform to express myself in coaching. I done a self-realization and understood whether I could go for coaching or not through my Dempo senior players, Mr. Sukuru Coutinho, Mr. Joseph Machado, Mr. Nicholas Pereira, Mr. Felix Barreto, Mr. Levican Rosario, and so on. They are the ones who taught me how to kick the ball. And I followed the philosophy of kicking the ball. And today, thanks to the good luck, He has blessed me. After 40 years, 1985 I started, and till 2025 I'm still going strong with Sporting Club Goa. Thank you so much. But this Dronacharya Award doesn't belong to me alone. There were so many club owners. It was Southside Football Club, Albert Agnello, it was Churchill Brothers, it was Mr. Joe Vass in Cesar, it was Mr. Srinivas Dempo in Dempo, it was Lemons in FC Birthdays, it was Nituda in East Bengal, and Nati was in Sporting Club Goa. Well, I appreciate all the effort they gave me to carry on the good work, but then it's the good supporting staff, the players who always there by my side. I can't forget Peter Wallace who was there with the Goa team, can't forget Lawrence Afonso, can't forget Climax Lawrence now, and there were so many of them. I also have to thank from the bottom of my heart the presidents, all the presidents of the GFA, the past presidents and the present presidents, the secretaries, everyone who tried hard. But the most important thing, which I'm really grateful, on the last day of my application for the Dronacharya Award, it was not going through. I was desperate. And then I told my person who was helping me, Mr. Tulsidas Berekar from the sports department, that I want to stop it here and I can't go farther because for the last 1 week I'm trying and it's not going through. But then he said, Mr. Tulsidas Berekar of the sports department, don't worry sir, I'm here with you. Let's try, don't give up. It was around 5:30 or so, I called Vasco's Berbinau and I told him that this is what's been happening. He was so good enough to call his assistant secretary in the daily ministry and told him about it, and there was soon after that there was a person from the sports ministry calling me and telling me, please send your application now, we are ready to accept it. So Marcus, thank you so much. It was not for you. I don't think I would have gone through that application. Like I've said, I want to thank each one of you, all the people of Goa, all the great personalities who are sitting here, really made my day. All the ones who supported and encouraged. God has been too good and kind to me and my wife, my family, my daughter, all those around. Thank you so much. God bless you all.
Because the association is supposed to be looking after identity sports persons and administrators and officials, and I don't consider myself a rebellious character. But I understand why I have been chosen for this felicitation. I have been a founder member of the association for the well-being of the sports persons. I just want to say a little bit about the association, how it came into existence. I was working on a book documenting the rich history of Sarpankar Football Club. It was in 2016 when the club was celebrating 60 years. But I found that not much was available, not much was written about. There was no documentation. So what I had to do was go and meet the former players, the players who played for Salvankar from the 50s, 1956 when the club was formed. So as I went and met all the former players, along with Salvat Tulaso, I realized that most of the players they were almost forgotten. Nobody spoke about them, nobody met them, nobody came and inquired about them. In their time they were heroes. Everybody used to go to them. The same thing happened when I was working the next year on Dempo's book, because Dempo also did not have anything documented, so they asked me to write a book on them. So again, I had to meet former Dempo players right from 60s. Again, the same thing. They were superstars during their time, but not many spoke to them into their last few years, or maybe the twilight years. So what we decided eventually is to come together to look after sports persons who were forgotten. There was, when in your prime, everybody talks about the superstars. Everybody wants to talk to you. Now in the age of social media, everybody wants your picture, everybody wants your autograph, everybody wants a selfie. But our elder sports persons are all forgotten. Personally, I've been a journalist for the last 25 years, and my love for sports happened because of this elder sports person. Because I grew up reading about this sports person, because I grew up how great these players were. All these players, they never played for money. If you ask any of the sports person, they'll tell you that they always played for pride. They always were passionate about the sport. They wanted to do something, not just for the state or the club they represented, but also go on. That is how Goan won so many honors. So I feel privileged, to be talking to elder sports persons, to be writing their stories, to be, I used to do a column where I documented all the former players, all the big crimes that happened in the past. So it's a big honor for me, whenever I talk to elder sports person, I feel so much of joy. I feel they have so much to give. They still have so much to contribute. They still have so much to help. I feel honored. I love spending time with them, and I must thank each and every elder sports person in this hall for always being supportive. Whenever I've called them, whenever I've met them, whenever I've spoken to them, nobody has said no to me. They've always been open to me. As for the national award, when I started my journalism, I never thought that I would one day win a national award competing against journalists from across the country. But I would like to dedicate this national award to the elder sports person. Because my love for sports, my love for journalism, all started because the elder sports person achieved something. They did something which I was inspired with, and that is why I followed sports. So thank you everyone, and thank you all.
Our religions of the state, the eminent personalities from the different disciplines. And for that, first of all, let me congratulate the Association for the Well-being of Elderly Sportsperson, Avis, for conducting a kind of program, unique program. And I am congratulating to each and every Felicity, especially on behalf of the government of Goa. Shriman Tulaso, who has been conferred Goan Award this year. We have among us the Honorable Ex-Chief Minister and the Honorable MLA of Parliament Constituency, who is also one of the Felicity, who is a sports person and has given immense contribution towards the field of sports. Shriman Devabaji Kamal, father, then Vedanta's Anik Pradhan, Shriman Joshiri, my dear friend, Avadan Kurtado, who is ex-MLA of the Nagari, and all my dear friends who are here, the press reporters. First of all, I thank you to the Avis for giving me this opportunity to felicitate the elderly people. I will a little bit selfish because I also got a blessing from each and everyone over here. I learned something from you all, and definitely the contribution which has been given by you all. And as Mr. Kulaso has already made a humble request, that is the pension which is going to get from the PSY. I will see that in henceforth it will be given on a rightly time and assuring to each and everyone over. At the same time, the pension is also going to be enhanced from the 20, 25, 26 years, because I know we cannot measure your efforts by means of money. But you have given a treasure to the state of Goa by your dedication, high effort. When there was no sufficient infrastructure, you played on the mud. Now there is a lot of sports infrastructure that has been developed in the state of Goa in all disciplines. But I'm very sorry to say this, but what is lacking is the aggression about the sports. I think you are the heroes and you are the motivation to each and everyone, the budding youths who has got the opportunity to make the career in this sporting field. Because we are letting our minds towards a negative approach. First of all, we all are parents over here. Definitely, we have to always think from the positive aspects of any thought. There are some people who are always saying that after playing and after attaining 35 years of age, what will be my fate in the sport? But my dear friends, the sport is not only played for what I am going to get, what the involvements I am going to get, but it is played for the physical fitness, it is played for the mental fitness. And the mental and the physical fitness is going to support you at this age. Then only it is possible to earn the wealth and to spend that wealth. I think this health is very important. I think all the people who is of the negative mind, what I will get while playing the sports or what my child is going to get after playing in the sports. But I just telling to each and everyone from this media that most of the associations or the parents who are attached with the different disciplines associations, their intention is only very short time. What they thought, because being a sports minister for 3 years of time, they want their child to be flashed in the newspaper, and they have to limit the borders within the state or within the district or within the talukas. That is not called a sports. A sports is such a fraternity. We have to dream high, we have to fly high, so that there are no borders, there are unlimited borders. When we talk about the international, when we talk about the Olympics, when we talk about we are going to get the laurels and awards for the state, for the country, then that sheer dedication is very much important. When we shine it, and for it, I think the diamond is the hardest substance. What we require is the skill, what we require is the talent and the hard effort to polish it. And that is the only work that has been done by all the coaches, especially Mr. Kulasu, who has been created, who has been polished such a diamond. And I think as I have been also to the Vedanta Academy last 2 years back, the spirit and the training, which is very important, it should be unlimited. We have to conquer the minds, but it should not be a short time, but we have to always thought of a long time. My dear friend, Mr. Marcus has older than me, me last 4-5 days when I was there in Portugal. I have visited a Benfica campus. It's a very biggest campus, and which club has got the ethics, which has got the principle. And if we look upon the management and the skills or the whatever the investment they have done in the sporting field, not only that I'm talking about the football, but there are many other disciplines also has been trained by this Benfica campus. But I think they have given the most important and they focused on the discipline, which is constantly I am talking when I shoulder the responsibility of the sports department. And I think my dear friend who has been conferred a National Press Council Award, Mr. Marcus, is always around the sporting ground, and I think it's very important unless and until we do not find out the change and we do not give them a publicity, the other personality will never come to play on this ground. And that's why it's very important, and I think the Avis has done a very wonderful work, because we were not knowing who has given the immense contribution in the sports of the state of Goa or the national. When a people or the club like this, association like this is going to convert awards to each and everyone, then only it is possible was to identify the talent. We know to each and every personality over here. Definitely, we as a government and as a sports minister, whatever the thing we need to do, but I am very passionate about the sports. I am very enthusiastic about the sport, but need the support from the grassroots level. And what the people are talking about, elderly people are talking about, most of the infrastructure that has been created in the state of Goa has been utilized or used by our senior citizens or people like you, because know the immense importance and the role of the sport in the development of the career. I'm not taking this, I'm not talking, I'm just talking on the opportunity, because Gulaso, our ex-chief minister, Dr. Kamath, Marcus, which are very prominent awards we have given. But I always say that opportunity knocks only once in a lifetime at your door. If you are going to grab that moment, definitely it is possible to climb the ladder of success. And they have grabbed that moment last 40 years back, last 25 years back, and that's why this is the day has come in their own life. This is the day they have come to publicize in the public life that they have achieved the goal which has been set before all their eyes. I always congratulate and thank you to all the management of this Avis who has been arranged this kind of a program, and I think this will be the inspiration. We have to take the inspiration from to within ourselves, because there are no youths present over here, because youths are the pillars of our country, because they have to take the inspiration from you all people. Because getting the awards, but before getting the awards, what are the contribution they have given, what is the sacrifice they have given? Because I will always say that sacrifice is the biggest word in the public life. Unless until we are not going to sacrifice, it is very difficult to achieve the success. Because if you want to sacrifice, then you have to stay away from the family. Then only it is possible to get the laurel and the medals for our country, for our state, and it is a feather in our own care. I thank each and everyone. Thank you, everyone over here who has been listening patiently to me. And thanks all the management and especially the elderly people who have come all the way from across the state. And once again, congratulations to each and every Felicity over here, including Mr. Kulaso, Marcus, and Dr. Kamath. And thanks for all the support has been given by the Denko Sports Club, Vedanta, and the FC Goa. Because without their support, it is very difficult. But I assure on behalf of the government of Goa, if anything is there in the sporting field, we will support you 100%, because that is the biggest we have already given during the what we are all expect from you all. Thank you, and thank you for your attendance.
A very important association has organized this event today here, and we have Sports Minister Sri Govind Gauri, we have President Sri Derek Pereira, we have Amit Pradhan, we have Mr. Joshi of Sidas, we have Agarthan Sultan, we have Arjun Awadi, Ramanand Sankwarkar, and other Gabriel of Gavili. We have many eminent personalities from sports and friends. And my good friend Albert Tulaso was the key maker as far as the association is concerned, along with Agartha. खरं म्हणायला माझ्या फेलिसिटेशन केला हांव जो रिटायर जालो I am still there. My term in world body is yet to start. My term of 4 years starts from July when we take over in Singapore. And it will last till 25 to 24 years, 29. So, I'm better than I काम केला झाले कधी तुझे फेलिसिटेशन that is what I agree to this. Now my contribution is because of my colleagues. हांव ल्हान कॉलेजी आसतना सगळे स्पोर्ट्स खेळ्ळा. I have played football, I have played cricket, I have played hockey, I have represented college, I have represented schools. But I picked up badminton initial stage and then picked up swimming. But I got an opportunity to organize very first nationals, badminton national that Prakash Kolkar came into limelight was held in Goa. And I must say that Mr. Anil Madgavkar, whose father was the first Goa Badminton Association president in Goa, founder president, he inducted me in Goa Badminton Association as the joint secretary of Goa Badminton Association in somewhere in 1960s, where I had passed out and I was in college. I am thankful to Anil Madgavkar, who was again associated with me along with his daughter in swimming association also. We have swimming players like Rusty Vinicius, Michael Lisa, with whom those days I played badminton. I am happy to see them here today. But badminton, swimming, those सगळे स्पोर्ट्साकडे मला संबंध आहे. I try to contribute in every sports wherever possible, thinking that sports should come up in the state of Goa. Wherever we got chance, in fact, when I became the swimming president of swimming federation, I used my personal contact with Glenn Santana. And I convinced Glenn that he should associate with swimming association. And I am happy that Glenn formed Glenmark Aquatic Foundation based on my discussion with him, and he contributed a lot to Goa Swimming Association and Swimming Federation of India. Also, he became our championship, used to be known that time as Glenmark Aquatic Championship. So that is how I have tried to contribute. I am thankful to this association doing a good job. मागे दिसता असोसिएशन अत्यंत महत्त्वाचे आहे की नॉर्मली स्पोर्ट्समॅन मागे धाकटेपणात लोक विसरतात, समाज विसरतात, तर सोसायटी फॉरगेट्स. आमचे भुरगेपण आम्ही खूप जागा पळयल्या, गोल नॉर्मी लोक कशे तांकां प्रेज करताले, ताचे बाबतींच्यान शेजारी आशिल्ले फुटबॉल प्लेयर. पूण जाणटेपणां आतां ताची परिस्थिती बिकट आसा. गव्हर्नमेंट टेन्शन दिता, दुसरी गव्हर्नमेंटाचें टेन्शन चालू आसता. पूण एक असोसिएशन स्वताचे जे थिंग्स ऑफ दॅट, जे ट्रायज टू ट्राय देअर हार्ट, ज्यांना पावता उरल्यात अशें असोसिएशन आसप गरजेचें. तें आवडटान मी स्टार्ट केलें म्हणून हांव ताका उर्वरीत परबी दिता. खरें यू हॅव डन अ गूड जॉब फॉर ऑल स्पोर्ट्स. त्या टायमाचेर तांकां आदार जाय पडटा, त्या टायमाचेर कितें मेळटा तें खरें आसता आनी तांकां फायनान्शियल हेल्प जाय. So I am telling Albert, continue with this good work. Whatever support you require, I am there to support you. But continue this good work. Identify who are the old people, who are the old heroes. Today those days who have performed well. Today they are in distress. They need some help. I think we should all contribute and give them some help. I am thankful to you for giving me the opportunity. आणि म्हाका म्हजो सत्कार केलो. हांव गोविंद गावडेकर थँक्यू म्हणटा की ताणें म्हजो सत्कार केलो हांवें. आनी तुमकां सगळ्यांक आदारान देव बरें करूं. I dedicate this, all whatever this you have given, I dedicate to all my colleagues in Badminton Association, in Swimming Association, all the players who played with me, and all the friends who have helped me in making all such events successful. Jai Hind, Jai Goan.